Here's a brief description of pages 24 to 25 from Understanding Comics, The Invisible Art, a book by Scott McCloud. And Scott McCloud's text introduces us to various comic book forms and ideas and techniques. On page 24 to 25, please take a look at this carefully, you'll see that Scott McCloud achieves and accomplishes two goals in this brief page. And I recognize that you don't have access to pages 1 to 23 unless you buy the book or are interested in this and checking out this book later, and you haven't read 26 and so on. So I'd like to just capture what Scott McCloud accomplishes here so that you have a clear understanding if possible. That's my goal. So what does Scott McCloud achieve? Well, first of all, he talks about this painting, This Is Not a Pipe. And Scott McCloud is directing our attention to the fact that when we read Persepolis and say, this is a car, or this is Satrapi's grandmother, or this is a representation of revolution, that no, it's not. It's a piece of paper. There's ink drawn on the page. And so we never see exactly the words that we describe. So he's drawing us to this idea that there's a disconnect, that when we say this is Satrapi, no, it's a drawing of Satrapi. It's everything representational is a copy of a copy of a copy. At the end, he also makes a nice point here about sound. And he says, do you hear what I'm saying? If you do, have your ears checked because no one said a word. And so this is an issue with adaptation as well, is that we can't hear the comic book form. And so that when we watch a film, actually the director is adding sounds to a text, to a form that actually never actually has an experience or never displays sound successfully. So this is a brief description of the text, and do locate an example of sound used in Persepolis.